The idea really came through the whole thought process we went through for next generation. As you said, we did the Rogue Squadron games in the past, and they involved flying craft, and you couldn't go seamlessly to the ground at any time and get out of the craft. So with the PS3, when we got the specs, we actually saw that, wow, this thing is so powerful that for the first time we really can go from the air with a huge battle there into a huge battle onto the ground seamlessly, and actually even in some cases get off the Dragon or get out of the craft and do individual motion there. So we saw that opportunity, and then we thought about what craft are kind of lame because they don't animate very well. So what animates well, flies, and is just kick-ass on the ground, dragons. And that's how it all clicked. The percentage of air combat versus what you're doing on the ground, I would probably judge at about 65 to 70%. So the air combat is very important, but what has changed from our past games is that, yes, you do have projectiles, not lasers anymore, but it's fireballs those dragons can shoot, but that only brings down the weak races. If you get into a fight with a stronger dragon, then you actually have to come in close and get the visceral experience of actually taking out the beast directly. And that's really the key of where we wanted to get, because it's boring to do this long distance shooting all the time. We wanted to bring in the action and the visceral combat between two creatures. We actually, when we started out the game, the motion controller wasn't beyond prototype stage yet. So we had the whole game playing just with analog sticks. And it was all nice and fine, but somehow it didn't really click. And then the motion control prototypes came out, and we started dabbling around with it. And we had a very, very clear idea that at least definitely the flight and the control of the dragon, the holding the reins, would be done with it. Once we had that, though, it suddenly became apparent that the precision on the thing is so extreme that you could do actually more. And that's then when our gesture recognition system came in, where we said, look, let's also simplify all of our super complicated button layouts. Why do you have to press 2 buttons for a 180? Why don't you simply pull on the reins and boom, you do a 180? Why don't you simply, if you want to dash forward, dash down a little bit with the controller? The motion control really, beyond the basic flight control, made the whole game click. The first 5 minutes are strange, it's a whole new paradigm of control, but after that you're into it, and then it really expands out the opportunities for you as a player. Lair couldn't be done on any other platform. If you think about it, the Wii would have the motion control, of course, but what it wouldn't have is all of the graphics technology, all of the CPU, which we would need to actually get all of these creatures to life, to animate them. You wouldn't see the detail because it's not high definition in 1080p. On 360, you do have some high definition, but you don't have the controls. And actually, the motion control for me was one of the key factors which made PlayStation 3 so extremely, extremely cool. I was hoping for motion control in the controller for at least 2 generations, and it never really happened. It almost happened with the GameCube, and then again it got too expensive. So I was over the moon when Sony said, not only are we going to take everything else into the high definition era, and we're going to have this super powerful CPU, but we're also going to do the whole motion control thing. So Lair really is one of those titles which is absolutely only possible on the PS3.